welcome back to Cold Waters. I'm David Steele, and here's my boat, or at least the class of boat I'm going to be using in today's video. This is a Skipjack class nuclear attack boat, and Skipjack is notable in the vanilla Cold Water game for a couple of reasons. One, it's the oldest vessel that you can play, at least on the NATO side. Excuse me, wow, why am I yawning? And number two, it's the smallest. Yeah, it's a challenge. The Skipjack. By the time the 1984 campaign rolls around, Skipjack was well past its prime. 25 years old. It had been modernized a little bit. Had a quieter propeller, I believe, but it was left wanting in the sensors. So I'm going to go ahead and just start the campaign here. So accept this. USS Scamp SSN 588. Okay. Let's start the campaign. Okay, picture of Ronald Reagan. What will Reaganism mean for US foreign relations? Okay, so new President-elect Ronald Reagan has begun his term in office, being harsh against the Soviet Union. Okay. Talks a little bit about Reagan's history, anti-communist stance, rooting out communist sympathizers in Hollywood in the late 1950s, and the Kremlin don't respond well to President Reagan. Politburo sources claim the president is something of a cowboy, whose presidency risks spurring controversy and conflict. Okay, so I wonder what's going to happen here. Right, so Brezhnev, I believe that's how it's pronounced, dies. Okay. Results in considerable debate behind the Kremlin. Last decade has been one of stagnation and bureaucracy. Such a terrible word. I can't say that. But long and short are American aggression from President Reagan. The Soviets need a new general secretary. So what's going to happen here? It's considered to be dangerous. Okay. Provoking the bear, is Reagan pushing too hard? Oh yes, Strategic Defense Initiative STI, the Star Wars project. Several analysts are expressing a concern that Reagan is pushing the Soviets too hard, and tensions are rising between the Soviet Union and the US. Okay. Oh, I remember this. Yes, a Korean Airlines airliner shot down. 269 passengers and crew are killed, and of course the Russians said it was a spy mission, and the Koreans are like, no. So that escalates tension between Washington and Moscow even more. Highest they've been since the Cuban Missile Crisis in '62. I wonder what's going to happen now. Just like Pershing missiles. Yeah. Pershing deployed in West Germany. Okay. So medium-range tactical nuclear missiles are deployed into West Germany, and oddly enough, the Soviets don't like this. Yeah, how might the Soviet Union react to this if it's giving up on diplomatic negotiations? Yeah, the concept of a tactical nuclear missile is basically means it's got a smaller yield. Yeah, okay. It's an F-15A or C. Soviets thought nuclear drill Able Archer was real. Okay. So the 1983 exercise Able Archer, the Russians believed it was real, and Soviet forces were placed on high alert for a week. Years of terrorist anti-communist rhetoric, deployment of advanced new nuclear weapons, and the outspoken ideological friendship between Reagan and Thatcher is said to have caused considerable fear amongst the Soviet leadership. Yep. They were best buddies. And the balloon goes up. The Soviets attack. Okay. So infantry armored units supported by aircraft have basically gone through the Fulda Gap region of West Germany. in a surprise attack. So negotiation broke down, and NATO are now at war with the Warsaw Pact. And so we start. Okay, so from Cobsublant, so I guess that's Submarine Service Atlantic's boss, to USS Scamp. Intelligence data indicates enemy plans and amphibious landing at Bergen. Okay, task force is on the way from Archangelisk. Intercept and destroy this force before landing occurs. NavOps is depending on you. Nothing else is in the area can help. Now I am rushing through this briefing, but the long and short are: the Soviets are attempting to land at Bergen, and we're the last thing in the way. So what could possibly go wrong? I want to just adjust my weapons load a little bit. So we've got a total of 24 weapon spots. That's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But I really need a Moss or two loaded. Gonna go. Actually, we'll stay offensive. So we've got 5 Mark 48 torpedoes. That's a great weapon, and 3 Mosses loaded plus 1 in the tubes. Moss is something like mobile something submarine simulator. It's a decoy. Okay. I keep yawning. This is awful. Well, we'll give this a playthrough. Typically, in the Skipjack, I get my butt kicked by the Russians. And I think I know why. So, Bergen is just off the coast of Norway here. We're just passing to the north of it. Now, I'm going to try and intercept in this deep water area here near Andoya, near the SOSUS line, the sensor line. So we'll head up here. I prefer intercepting in deep water, although this boat only has a 700 foot test depth, so it's not the deepest. Oh wow, that's a lot of ships and a lot of boats. So I'm going to hopefully intercept some submarines like so. Great. So, new contact bearing 209, designated Sierra 1 off sonar 1 contact. We are at periscope depth, give or take. We're heading 129, so actually heading more southwest, southeast even, south-southeast, or east-southeast. There's a thermal layer around us, that's good. We're not traveling very quickly. And orders, well, traditionally I'm going to get closer. I get closer in my boats, but I think this time I'm going to try and stay a little further away. So I'm going to stick with 20,000 kilyards, 20,000 yards even. Let's jump right into it.
On sonar, lost contact. Last bearing 209. Contact faded.
Okay, so 209 puts me down down here. Wow, it got behind me. And there's deeper water to the west. So first things first.
207.
Head that way. How deep are we? Right. We're above the layer. I'm going to do a quick sweep with the radar. This is very dangerous. If there's anything on the surface, which there's nothing. Okay. So that pretty much tells me that anything I can detect with the sonar is as submerged contact. Okay. Let's drop to 250 feet. I really want to get below the layer.
Make depth 250 feet, dive by.
Prep my torpedoes by switching them all to active sonar. So, where have I gone wrong with the Skipjack in the past? That's hard to know for sure, but typically in this game I will try and sneak around.
Rig shift for ultra quiet.
Ultra quiet mode. I'll try and sneak around and sneak up on the enemy and get close enough such that it's a surefire bet that I'm going to be able to hit them with my torpedoes. That hasn't worked. Now, I suspect it's because I'm not sneaky enough. Even putting the submarine on its tippy toes, they still detect me, and then they fire upon me, and then it's game up.
Con, helm, steady course. Con, sonar, new contact bearing 252. Designated Sierra 1.
Gonna head due west. It looks like it's traveling north to south potentially. So let's head due west. Let's try and identify this target. We know we believe it's a submerged target. So what have we got? Using the waterfall. Oh, that's an alpha, I think. Well, that's not good.
Con, sonar, Sierra 1. is classified as submerged submarine.
So, not particularly quiet. Has decent sonar, I believe. Let's take a look. Yeah. It's a radar, it's got a sonar, it's got torpedoes, and it's got SSN-15s. Yeah, submarine launched standoff air-to-surface missile. So, basically, it's a pretty... Wow, 44,000 yards. So this thing can reach me.
Con, dive at 250 feet, dive by.
What this weapon allows
Con
it to...
sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 259.
What this weapon
Contact
allows
fated.
it to do
Con,
is...
helm, steady course.
Okay.
Make depth
What the weapon allows it to do
200 feet, dive by.
is fire at me from a distance. So if it can detect me, it can fire at me. That's not good news. I'm gonna just pop up above the layer, see if we can hear it, and basically accelerate time and head
Con,
west.
dive at 200
Alright.
feet, dive by.
I don't have that much depth right now. My test depth is 700 feet. It's 500 foot depth. There's 300 feet below the keel to the bottom of the ocean. So I've not got that much to play around with anyway. A rapid change in depth along with a course can help you evade a torpedo. Still nothing. So in the past I would spend quite a while trying to sneak up on it, and maybe if I can get close, drop a torpedo in its face. But that, like I say, this hasn't worked.
Dive at 250 feet, dive by.
I think what I'm going to try and do is be a lot more aggressive. And that means doing things like active sonar. So let's go active sonar.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
Alright, I've turned off ultra quiet, and that tells me he is right there.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
Come
Right, so I'm
left
gonna
1.
hit a torpedo in his direction. I'm going to head
Con
south.
sonar, we are
and flank.
cavitating.
Yep, I am absolutely sure I'm cavitating. Not going to use a moss just yet, because this guy's going to fire at me. I can't get deep enough to
Con,
not
fire
cavitate.
control, we've lost the wire.
Okay, lost the wire. That's fine. Let's head south. I'll book it out of there.
Con sonar, switching to con helm, steady course.
Turned off my sonar. Active sonar, that is. So we're now heading south as rapidly as we can. I'm going to just drop it down to 20 knots. Oh, he's close. He's really close.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 20 knots.
Okay, I'm going to turn east. I'm still cavitating, so I might as well pump it back up
Make
to
turns for 30
flank.
knots.
Yeah, I don't know whether I like this view. It kind of is cheating a little bit, really, because I can see his weapons, but
Con helm, steady course.
I'm not going to argue with it. They're already gone active, searching for me. So the idea here is I'm booking it out of it. I think that my torpedo's going to miss him, but I need his to miss me too. So what advantage does the Skipjack have over the enemy? Or at least compared to the other NATO submarines? Not so much. It's not particularly tough. It's small and it's nimble. It can accelerate quickly. It can turn quickly. It can do 30 knots. I think the Seawolf, the Los Angeles, can do over 30 knots. The Narwhal can do 25, and is it the Permit can do 28, I think. Alright, so that's a submarine searching behind me. See if it
Con
detects me.
maneuvering, making turns for 30 knots.
Water's getting shallower, which is not good. I've got to stay ahead of this torpedo, because if it detects me, I'm in big trouble. I see that there's one at my 5 o'clock over here. So I could turn around and try and charge up towards the Alpha. Would allow me to go towards deeper water as well. That's interesting. Did I hit something? I think I may have done. Well, I'm going to just turn hard to starboard. Let's try and get out of the way of this torpedo. I'm going to keep it at flank speed. I'm going to go ahead and turn west again. If I can slip round behind that, let's drop my depth to 350.
Make depth 350 feet, dive by.
Managed to mess that up. I'm now heading back towards it, but I think it's going to be okay. Looks like I got it. Wow. Alright, I'm going to head back north. Like so. Good grief, this thing turns tight.
Rig shift for ultra
Let's
quiet.
go to ultra quiet mode. Okay. And then we'll start to turn further back west. We might get a reading of this other torpedo, wherever the heck that thing is. But hopefully we've managed to avoid it, which is very good news. Right, I'm going to turn west. There's the other torpedo. Yep. Some distance away. I think we dodged a bullet there. And that tactic may have worked.
Come left to 270. Helm I.
No idea where his wreckage is, other than I think I can see it dead ahead.
Con, helm, steady course.
Well, that actually worked. I don't want to sound so surprised, but genuinely, I didn't think that was going to work. I'm going to attempt to quit the battle now because I think we've taken care of it. We have. Oh, okay. I got something, but I didn't get what I was meant to. So there goes my confidence. And I thought I did okay. I did okay not to get hit by anything, but I did not take care of the enemy. Yeah, well, that's okay. This is my target, I think. Alright, let's keep it at 25,000.
Sonar new contact bearing 092. Designated Sierra 1.
That's not good.
Con sonar new contact
That's
bearing
really not good. That's the submarine right on my
Designated Sierra 2.
backside.
Con sonar new contact bearing 0.
Yeah, I need him to just not be there.
3.
No, I
Con
don't.
sonar new contact bearing 0.
Just gonna keep quiet whilst they figure out what Earth's around me. Oh, great. Okay.
Make turns for 3.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
I am no doubt we're cavitating.
Aye,
Let's
sir.
get a decoy on the way. Let's get a moss on the way. I think this thing's going to pick me up anyway, but it might get the target. Let's get down
Con
to
sonar
300
lost
feet.
contact. Sierra 1. Con sonar, torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the
400
water.
feet, then.
Bearing
Yes.
096.
I think it's going to turn right back around and attack me, so I'm going to turn back hard to port. It's going to pick me up again, and if I really want to be close to this decoy, so I can basically hand off the torpedo to the moss decoy. Okay, so here it comes. Yep, it's picked me up. Alright. There's another one. Great. Okay, I want to be more like 350 feet.
Con sonar, torpedo in the water.
Yeah.
Torpedo in the water.
Sight, turn
Bearing
to starboard, hard turn to
016.
port. Let's see if we can produce a
Knuckle
knuckle.
formed.
Yep, we did. Okay. The knuckle might disrupt the torpedo enough to get it to lose my scent. Evidently not enough. There's a noisemaker dropping and turn hard to starboard, now hard to
Knuckle
port.
formed.
Oh dear, it's right next to me. Okay, it's detected the moss.
Con, knuckle formed.
Wow,
Con,
how many
dive
torpedoes
at
around me?
350 feet, dive by.
It's gonna head towards the decoy. Okay, so there's the torpedo behind me. Has basically captured me already, or has detected me.
Con, knuckle formed.
Let's give it another knuckle and see if it can detect the moss. I think it has, so I'm going to head south. In fact, I'm going to head away from it as best I can. I don't think that's going to work though.
Con, sonar, torpedo in the water, torpedo in the water,
Yep, let's
bearing,
pick me up.
0,
Okay,
5,
another knuckle
6.
and drop a noisemaker. Okay, let's head. I see they lose the decoy and immediately latch onto me as the next best thing, which is completely what you'd expect. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but this noisemaker's going to throw it off. But then
Con, knuckle formed.
it latches on. So another knuckle to try and break its tracking of me. There's two heading for the decoy. The one behind me. It's going to turn around and get me again. Okay. Gonna
Con, knuckle
crank it
formed.
by and head east again. So I really want this fourth torpedo on my 6 to lose me and go for the decoy. Okay, one's detonated. Alright, let's try it again.
Con, knuckle formed.
Give me another knuckle. So which way is this torpedo going to turn? I'm going to keep turning. Going to try and turn on its inside its circle, and has it detected me? Oh, I don't like this. This is very uncomfortable. Noisemaker, I think it's got me. No, it didn't. Okay. Now, is this thing going to turn around and pick me up? No, is it going to go for the decoy? Go for the decoy. You know you want to. Depth charges are behind me. Oh, I think it's going to come back and get me. Yep, there it goes.
Con, knuckle
Throw
formed.
it off me again. I could do with firing another moss east. But whilst I'm cavitating, there's not much I can do to break its lock on me. Well, my next move is to turn towards it. So okay, it detonated. Great. I'm going to head northwest. I'm going to keep flank speed.
Con, knuckle formed.
Really wanted to be able to not get picked up so readily, but okay.
Con, knuckle
This thing
formed.
turns so dang tightly as well. Okay, we managed to avoid that, but that's 4 contacts. We can't identify any of them. So, where's this helicopter? Nowhere near me. Great.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's drop to ultra quiet. I want to reposition. Let's head north a little bit.
Come right to 0.
I haven't
0,
got any
0.
chance of
Hell
hitting these at such range, the surface warships, but I might. Let's just see if we can
Con,
detect them.
helm, steady course.
Alright, let's see if we can detect where they are. So Sierra 1, I think these are all warships. What got a bit exciting? That looks like it's a
Con
Udaloy.
sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2,
Where's
bearing
Sierra 2?
086. Con sonar regained contact on
Picking them up
Sierra
now.
3,
They're obviously being
bearing
very noisy.
091.
This looks like it's my
Con
target then.
sonar Sierra 2 is classified as merchant.
And that rupture should be heading away
Con
from...
sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 075.
Should be heading away from the target area at best speed because he doesn't want to get engaged. So
Con
there's another.
sonar Sierra 3 is classified as merchant.
Sierra 5. Five's probably another escort. No.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as
Okay.
merchant.
Maybe 4 is an escort. No, 4 looks like it might be a...
Con sonar, Sierra 4 is classified as
Wow.
merchant.
It's just 1 escort? That doesn't seem legit. But it may well be. Okay, so options now. That moss is distracting everything, which is good. They're gonna eventually figure out that that's not me. So I need to head east. I really want to try a long-range shot against some of these cargo ships. That's my primary target. Okay, I guess we'll try this now. Let's go more like east-northeast.
Come right to 074 Helm
That
I.
Eudaloi is concerning me because it will track me down. It will find me. So, let's see, what do we reckon? We reckon it's got no chance of picking me up right now, so really I ought to just whiz a torpedo at it. It would make sense. I have 1 wire in this boat. I can only take wire control of 1 torpedo at a time. So that should be my primary target. And if I take this out, then it's going to make life easier for everything else. Okay, he is most definitely to my southeast, so I'm going to go ahead and fire a torpedo. We'll fire it east first.
Shoot 2-5. Aye, sir.
Okay. I'm going to immediately turn it south. Like so. I'm going to try and dogleg this. I mean, my dogleg is hope that it doesn't detect the
Con
torpedo.
sonar, new contact bearing 066.
Con, helm, steady course.
Dogleg it south so that they think I'm somewhere I'm really not. Let's see what 6 is. Maybe 6 is the second escort ship. Yes, it is.
Con sonar, Sierra 6 is classified as
All right.
escort.
Okay, so we're going to dogleg the torpedo south. He doesn't appear to be aware of this yet. He's steaming along at 34 knots. I bet you we can see him. Yeah, he's steaming. Still got a helo on the back helicopter. And then torpedo 5, I'll turn it towards the target when they get a little closer. I'm just going to just accelerate time a little bit. We'll be here all day otherwise. Okay, so he's turning away and slowing down. What's he firing? Hopefully he's firing at either where he thinks I am, which is possibly around about here, or he's firing at the moss. I'm going to turn this towards him now. The cat's out of the bag. Let's turn my active sonar on when this thing goes live. It's got 10 minutes to run, but yeah, that 10 minutes will go quickly. That torpedo is fired at me. That's a rocket launch torpedo that I think has just been dropped into the ocean. Yep, it has. So it's searching for me based on where my torpedo is, as opposed to where they know I am. So another torpedo appear here. Okay. So this is the area where they think I am, and they're now searching for me. This is potentially dangerous. It's 2,000. How many yards is it? 5,000 yards. I think their range is about 1,500 yards. It's a sensor range. So one that's much closer to me is going to be a real threat. Let's track this torpedo further. Track it further south. See if we can catch this guy. I don't think we will. There's another one here, so they really don't know where I am. Okay, that's all right. Let's accelerate time for a little bit. Not gonna catch him. Nope, I didn't catch him. I guess he hit shallow water. Okay. Well, Eudaloi has now decided to slow down.
Con sonar, new contact bearing
Still a threat.
100.
What's
Designated
what's
Sierra
7?
7.
There's another cannon, I think.
Con sonar, Sierra 7 is classified as escort.
So there are multiple, there's 3 escorts in total. That's a little disappointing. Okay, options. There are 2 more cannons coming towards me, 2 more cannon class. So I could charge. I can head straight in, charge at them. I've got mosses if I need, drop some torpedoes or launch some torpedoes at them when I get closer to them. I don't know how far away they are. I know how far away the Udaloy is, and it's 20,000 yards. So my torpedoes have the range, it's just he's going to move around. They're going to expend a lot of energy just having to correct their course to reach him. So I think right now I like being a good distance from the Udaloy. Now the cannons, let's see, estimate range, this one is 32,000 yards and this one 36. The Alligator 27,000 yards. But it's 16 knots. I'm going to have to travel a long time to catch up. And I've got a bit of distance, sure. But I've got to take care of the escorts before I can tackle, these cargo ships. If I go to flank speed, they're going to detect me, and my depth is getting shallower, and extra depth is useful here. My sensors aren't really good enough. But maybe provoking him is what I need to do. If I provoke the warship, it's going to come at me. That gives me a much better chance of tackling it with my own weapons. But he's also going to fire at me, and I really want to avoid being fired upon. Skipjack's a good choice for evading torpedoes. It's just you don't want to be in that position where you have to evade them if you can help it. Interesting to know what to do. I don't think I have a good answer right now. And the Udaloy is coming towards me, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets close enough to pick me up at some point. I'm going to go ahead and just accelerate time. See what happens. Okay. Udaloy is just at 6 knots. I think I want to take out this escort. It's 25,000 yards though. That's such a long distance. We'll have a bit. Okay, 10,000 yards. That's pretty close, right? Let's dogleg a torpedo to the north.
Con fire control, we've
Dang
lost
it!
the wire.
That's frustrating.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Cat's out of the bag now. I think it detected that. I've wasted a torpedo. It's going to zoom off to the north and just be ineffective in tackling anything. But if I can strike this cannon, if I can sneak around the back, tug its hair, and surprise it. It's turning away and picking up speed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it detects that. Let's run this thing east. I know I was in ultra silent, but I'm not going to try anymore. Yeah, it's fired a torpedo at me. Let's get this one to the
Con
south,
fire control, we've lost the wire.
and I'm going to head
Come left 2, 3,
north.
4, helm aye.
At a decent lick of speed, I think.
Make turns for 1, 5 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Bit of deeper water helps.
Make depth 450 feet, dive aye.
Yep, there goes the wire.
Maneuvering.
Okay.
Making turns for 1, 5 knots.
So we lost the wire,
Sonar lost contact.
which I
Sierra
expect.
1, last bearing 170. Contact is in the baffles.
But what I really want to do
Con,
is
helm,
get out of
steady
the way
course.
of this torpedo here. So let's bump up my speed to 20
Make
knots.
turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I'm not cavitating, that's good.
Con
Cavitating
maneuvering.
produces a
Making
lot of
turns
noise.
for 20 knots.
Alright, that torpedo's gone active. It's still too far away.
Dive at 450 feet. Dive high.
It's too far away to detect me, but running at 20 knots has kind of killed my ability to hear
Come
much.
right to.
Other than this guy who's being very
0,
noisy right now,
LI.
it would appear. Oh, we've got his number.
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, let's accelerate time for a little bit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Yeah, that torpedo's going to miss, and there's something happening here. What was that? Is this the other escort that's gone closer, or is this something else?
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
I'm pretty sure that my torpedo was wasted. It's not going to accomplish anything. It's not in the right vicinity to pick up the cannon. I was too far away. I couldn't dogleg it,
Come
basically.
right to 089, helm I.
Alright, it looks like there was a torpedo from the other cannon. Can Sierra 6 detect me? No. 7. Nope.
Con, helm, steady course.
The Udaloy is almost directly due south to me, so I don't think it can detect me either. Let's keep the speed on, boys. That's to my crew. They're all male in 1984. Yeah, this is not helpful.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Alright, that torpedo that I've just detected, this one here, that's a threat. That's going to intercept with me. Now, I'm not going to let that happen, but I also believe there's another torpedo somewhere around about here, and it may be circling, it may be orbiting, but it's probably not. I'm going to head south.
Come right to 180, helm I.
What I want to do by heading south is get out of that torpedo's sensor cone. I might pick up the Udaloy. I don't think I will, but I might. That cannon is running for it. I don't blame him.
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, we'll accelerate time.
Con, sonar, regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 193.
Can this guy detect me? No, not yet. The cannon can't. It's facing away from me. This one is an unknown. That's its bearing, but that's all I've got. Alright, let's go ahead and turn east again.
Come left to 090, helm I.
I'm going to keep the speed at 20 knots, I think, right now. Because 2 of the escorts are not going to pick me up. There's another torpedo activity here. Okay, that's new. There's another one there. 3 torpedoes? Is that
Con, helm, steady course.
a submarine under there? Or does it just not have a clue where I am, somehow? Well, I can't hear them anymore, and this cannon's turning to face me. So I'm going to get ready to drop something in its face. He's slowing down. I'll do the same. I'll drop to 10 knots.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering I.
Really want to be able to keep track of where he is, if at all possible.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
I can just about hear him, but he's getting quieter as he slows down. Let's switch to
Rig
ultra
ship for ultra quiet.
quiet mode. See if that helps. It should do. A little bit, maybe. Yeah,
Con
it's
sonar regained
it's
contact
helping.
on Sierra 7 bearing 132.
What are those escorts doing? They don't have a clue where I am. I don't think. I don't think I've done anything particularly smart. I've just been a lot more aggressive with my boat. Seems to have worked. I love those rocket-powered torpedoes. They would be a very big benefit right now. What's Sierra 7 doing? It's approaching me. Sierra 6 is listening. He's got no chance of picking me up right now. What about 7? 7 is unknown speed, but 27,000 yards is the estimate of its location, but that's not going to be accurate. 13,000 yards for Sierra 6. It's a bit more accurate. Still can't detect me at that distance. The Eudaloi is potentially able to pick me up, or will be soon, with his active sonar. And he's orbiting too. Sierra 7, again, getting close to. And then Sierra 6 is, I think, traveling too fast, maybe, or... I'm not sure why we don't think that could pick me up. It's pointing right at me. Might be the aspect ratio. Maybe. Alright, let's accelerate time for a little bit. Got a bad feeling about this. Eudaloi, no chance of hearing me. This Sierra 7 cannon is getting 6 decibels estimated on active sonar. It's getting close to detecting me, and 6 still hasn't got a clue. Why is that? Is 7 a lot closer than we think? It seems likely. Okay, well. I think I'm going to use a bit more accelerate time. Well, now that's interesting. They are pretty close. 9,000 yards. It's certainly within range of a torpedo strike. But as soon as I fire upon them, they're going to end up just scattering, I would imagine. And they're going to fire at me. So do I go aggressive? Do I tackle them? Still thinking about that one. I think I need to take the battle to them. So let's go ahead and point myself in their general direction. No. Yes, I think I will.
Come right to 145. Helm aye.
I want to fire some torpedoes, so we're going to spread 5, and then we're going to spread a decoy, I think, as well. Now this may end up in tears. Let's turn my active sonar on in every case. I shouldn't need it, but I'm going to because I'm going to.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Con, fire control, we've lost the wire. Con, fire control, we've lost the wire. Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Okay. That's fired at 5
Come
torpedoes
left
and a
to
decoy.
086. Helm aye.
I am going to get my speed up to 20 knots.
Make turns for
Told you
2
that I'm heading
0 knots. Maneuvering aye.
slightly north, but most definitely east, so we're not going to cavitate. Let's see what happens. See how this thing plays out.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing.
Con, maneuvering. Making turns for
There go the wire.
2
The last
0
wire.
knots.
We figured that would happen. It's okay. Right. And if
Con
this
sonar lost
works,
contact. Sierra 6, last
we'll hit
bearing
one of them.
1, 3, 9.
we might get
Contact
some
faded.
distance on the freighters that we've really got to play catch up with. So let's
Con,
accelerate time.
torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 6.
They're turning
bearing
away,
1,
as I would
4,
expect.
3.
Can I even see them? Yeah, wow, that's pretty close. Just see one. Yep, both turning away, both running away because they are frightened of this skipjack. Sucks to be
Con,
them.
torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Means they've not got a clue where I am. Okay, that's not good. But how far away is that? Okay, that's close enough to pick me up, so I'm going to turn north. Or potentially close enough. If it picks me up, it will be a problem, but not insurmountable.
Con sonar, torpedo in the
Yep,
water.
they got me.
Torpedo
Okay.
in the water. Bearing 1,
Not the end of the
3,
world, then.
1. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yeah, I figured. It's fine. It's not fine, but it doesn't matter. Right, let's turn towards it.
Con, knuckle formed.
This thing forms a knuckle at such a wonderful low speed. Turning towards it, let's try and shorten the gap here.
Con sonar regained contact on
Go.
Sierra 7, bearing 1, 8,
So
4.
I'm gonna crank it that
Con
direction,
sonar
so heading
regained
more
contact
east
on
than not.
Sierra 6, bearing 1, 6, 7.
It's gonna sneak up behind me. Yep, that's okay. I think what I'm gonna do is I could aim towards my decoy.
Con, torpedo room,
Yep,
tube
I am.
Con, knuckle
So
formed.
again, I'm gonna knuckle harder starboard, create a knuckle, and aim more south, a little bit west, I think. That didn't work. It's still picking me up. Noisemaker. And harder port.
Con,
Oh
knuckle
boy,
formed.
not good. It's gonna get me.
Con sonar.
Flooding in the machinery
Dang
space.
it. Okay.
Con sonar, no
How
longer
bad is that?
cavitating.
That's bad.
Damage
Oh,
control
that's
party.
really bad.
Lane to the engine room.
Yeah, let's abort this. I got a cannon, but
Come right to 3, 4, 3.
they almost
Helm
got
aye.
me. Okay.
Con sonar regained
bad's me
contact
bow?
on Sierra 1,
No, it's
bearing
not me.
2, 2, 6.
Big
Con
hole in the
sonar
ass.
lost contact.
Okay.
Sierra
Con, maneuvering. Making turns
flooding.
for 1 0 knots.
And I can't go any quicker than that. I am. This is not good. I gotta get my ballast up. I'm gonna lose. I'm losing. Not gonna say I'm losing the ship, but this is not a good place to be. 2 compartments of flooding. I got both cannons. Well, that's good. Okay, I managed to control my depth. The propulsion will be back online in just a second. We hope.
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
come right to
Go
0,
north.
0, 0. Helm aye.
Is the propulsion back? Yeah. Yep, it is. Okay.
Make turn.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm making like a tree. I'm out of here.
Damage control party.
I don't
Lead
need
to
the tug away
machinery
right
space.
now, actually. Let's go ahead and try and get
Damage control
the
party.
ballast.
Lead to the reactor space. Passing 300 feet.
Well, this thing's climbing very quickly. Okay, I need to get the flooding under control. I got to get to got to be a little bit less deep for that. All that water pressure. That's not good. Okay, come on. The Eudaloy is going to get my bearing and might just tackle me. I can still get these.
Passing 200 feet.
Maybe I'm going to turn these up.
Come right to 089. Helm aye. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1.
Lost the Eudaloy.
Last bearing,
Okay.
221. Contact
Not
is in the baffles.
too bothered about that, to be fair. The Eudaloy I can worry about when he gets closer to me. Okay, so
Passing 200 feet.
it's not able to maintain its depth. I knew it can't, but that's
Passing 200 feet.
alright. Let's try and
Con
manage my
maneuvering,
depth.
Making turns for 30 knots.
I was slightly surfacing, which is which is good, and the water's draining out of this compartment, which is also good. 100 feet. We're pumping it
Passing
out.
100 feet.
Okay, come on. Okay, I think we managed to save the boat, but that was not good. That's really not what we want to be. It's not what we want to happen. Let's just say. So this Eudaloy will for sure be able to detect me, but it can do well. What can it do? What's its speed? What does our database say? Okay, there we go. 35 knots. It can catch me slowly, but it can catch me. Alright, so that's that compartment nearly taken care of. I'm going to be running pretty close to on the surface now.
Damage control parties.
Yeah,
Lane to the
wow,
engine room.
very much on the
Con
surface.
sonar.
Make depth 4-5 feet. Dive
I
by.
need to be not on the surface. That slows me down considerably and makes me very obvious to anything that points at radar in my general direction. Okay.
Con. Dive at 4-5
it's,
feet. Dive by.
He is determined I am where I am, which I didn't wanted to avoid, but okay. Let's try and keep my depth. 70 feet. Oh, that's not good. If he's got torpedoes, I'm doo-doos. I mean, have depth charges too. I guess there'll be depth charges or bombs. I mean, for all I know, it's a hand grenade tossed out the side of a helicopter. That's all it will take, right?
Make depth 4-5 feet. Dive by.
Okay. We've controlled the flooding. Now this thing's just going to be pursuing me until I can get closer to the
Con. Dive at 4-5 feet.
There it
Dive
is.
by.
This guy's got my number. Okay. I'm going to accelerate time. I think I've done it again. I don't think I'm going to come out of this one alive, but we'll see. I might do. I'm going to leave a nasty surprise for the Eudaloy, I think.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 1. Last bearing 237. Contact is in the baffles.
And they got me with the depth charge. Okay. I got abandoned ship. What did we do? We got the two escorts, but all of these, I didn't even detect this guy. They all escaped, so that's disappointing. But hopefully we can get rescued because we're pretty shallow. Let's see, are we rescued? NATO admits loss of nuclear submarine. No dispersed person confirms claims that they got me. Yep, they did. Loss of life was minimal. Okay. Most members have been recovered and are safely ashore thanks to turbine rescue efforts. So I'm going to survive to fight another day. But that's going to bring today's video to a conclusion. So I gave him a good effort. But I didn't evade the torpedo well enough. And that's on me. So with hindsight, I should have been a lot more aggressive, or more aggressive with my torpedo evasion, but we did a better effort than some of my recent ones. Not that you've seen those, have not been documented. Anyway, hope that you enjoyed today's video. I'm having a lot of fun producing these because I like boats basically, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm probably overusing that right now. It was a lot of fun. If you like what you see, go ahead and click like. You can subscribe for more. I'm going to attempt to produce a cold water video every week for the next foreseeable few weeks because I'm enjoying them. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Goodbye.